What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm back again with another strategy that we're going to be using to scalp ticks. Okay, so this is the strategy that I promised you all that I was gonna post in order to aid the Gator indicator for better signals and for better profit, right? So we're going to be maximizing profit, right? And we're going to have fewer losses. Okay, so stay tuned and watch. Okay, so for this strategy we're going to be using 3 indicators, right? One moving average on the main chart, the Awesome Oscillator, and the Gator Oscillator, right? So moving average is going to be period 50, shift is 0, method exponential, apply to close, right? Then for the Awesome Oscillator, just add the Awesome Oscillator on one indicator window and the Gator Oscillator on another indicator window. Don't add them on the same indicator window. Okay, then what will be done, right? So I think you've all seen my video on how to use both of these indicators, the Gator and the Awesome Oscillator, separately, right? So okay, let me just explain in brief how each of these indicators work for those who haven't watched the video. But for more detail, for you to get everything in detail, I advise you that you check out those videos. Okay, so right here, so the Awesome Oscillator works like this. We only enter for buys. We only enter when this is the Awesome Oscillator. On Awesome Oscillator, for buys, we only enter when these bars, they are above the level 0, right? That's for buys. And we enter when they the small bars, when they turn green, right? That's what we will be doing. So firstly, they have to be above 0, and then they turn green. And then when it's a sell, this is for for boom, right? We only enter when it is below level 0 and the small bars turn red, right? That's how we use the Awesome Oscillator. For more information, you can check out my previous video. Okay, and then for the Gator Oscillator, right, we only enter when the Gator Oscillator is green on all as in it has 2 segments, as in this 0 level here. It separates the upper segment and the lower segment, right? So we only enter when both of the segments, the upper and the lower, are showing green, either for sell or for buy, right? We only enter when they are green, both of the segments, right? So that's what we'll be doing. As you can see here, the lower segment was green and the upper segment was red, was still red, right? So here we don't take an entry until it shows green on both segments, right? So that's what we'll be doing, right? So in this strategy, we are going to be using the aid of the black moving average, is the 50 moving average, right? So the 50 moving average, where for crash we are buying, right? So for crash, we are only buying when the candlesticks, the small candlesticks, are above the black moving average, which is the 50 moving average, right? So that's when we are only looking for our buy signals, right? So like here, we've got a spike, right? But it's still above the 50 moving average, right? Then we go back to our indicator window. And another thing, we are only using this strategy on the 1 minute time frame. We are not using it on the 5 minute or the 15 minute, right? We're only using the 1 minute. The 15 minute and the 5 minute, you can, in the 1 hour, you can use them to check the direction of the trend, right? We're only going to be entering in the direction of the trend, right? So right here, when the spike occurs, right, firstly, our Awesome Oscillator is to turn green, and this is still above the level 0. So okay, the Awesome Oscillator is confirming the buy, right? So then we come back to this Gator indicator, right? Gator Oscillator, right? Then we enter when the small bars turn green, and we are targeting 5 candlesticks, right? So that's what we are doing, right? So here the candlesticks are above what? Level 50, right? Then the awesome oscillator is above the level what? 0, right? Then it turned what? Green. Now we are only waiting for the Gator Oscillator to turn what? Green. Then we can take what? The trade. So it turned green here, here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You are out, right? So we're only targeting what? 5 candlesticks, and we are out of the what? Of the market, right? Then if you haven't watched what? My video on the Gator Oscillator, you can check it out, because it's 8 times, not all of the times, it's very few times. It can show what? A red bar, and that's when we exit. So for more details about the Gator Oscillator, check out my video, right? So right here, here it's what? Here the candlesticks are below what? The 50 moving average. We've got what? We are not looking for what? 4 entries in there, right? Then here candlesticks are above what? The level, above the moving average, right? Then here we've got the what? A spike, right? Then we wait for the what? Awesome oscillator to turn green. Now we are waiting for the Gator Oscillator to turn green. Then we target what? 5 candlesticks, and we are out, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? And you are out of the what? Out of the market. You don't have to be greedy, guys, because you are going to get multiple entries each and every day, right? So right here, the candlestick spike, the candlesticks are above what? The level 0. It spikes, right? It doesn't pierce through the what? Through the black moving average. So wait for what? For indicators to for the awesome oscillator to turn green, right here. Now we're waiting for the Gator Oscillator to turn what? Green, and turn green right there. You target what? 5 candlesticks, and you are out, right? Then look at this here. We are above what? The 50 moving average, right? Then it spikes, right? Here, waiting for the what? The awesome oscillator goes below the what? Level 0. So already we've got what? No trade, right? So we are not entering here, because what? The awesome oscillator went below the what? Level 0, right? That's one, right? Then here the Gator Oscillator was still what? Red, and what? It spikes while it's still at what? It's still red. So here we've got no entry right here, right? So that's what we'll be doing. It's quite simple. Practice this out on demo before going live, and then come down in the comment section below and tell me what you think, right? Then let me show you Boom 500, and then it will be what? I'll call it a day, right? So for Boom 500, right, here the candlesticks are below the what? The 50 moving average, right? Then here you wait for it to what? Okay, firstly the candlesticks are above the 50 level here, right? Are below the 50 moving average here, right? Then spikes here, right? Then we wait for the what? Candle for the awesome oscillator. It was still red. It didn't turn what? Green. So awesome oscillator is still below what? 0 level. So this was still what? Confirming what? A sell. Now we're only waiting for the Gator Oscillator to turn what? Turn green. Then we enter. So it turned green here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We are out, right? Then it spikes here. Small spike, right? It's still below the 50 moving average. The awesome oscillator is still below the what? Level 0. Now we're only waiting for the Gator Oscillator to turn what? Green. Then we take our entry, right? Firstly, the awesome oscillator is to turn red, and then the Gator Oscillator is to turn what? Green. So you have to be very careful on Boom 500 so that it doesn't confuse you. The awesome oscillator turns red, but the Gator Oscillator is green. Whether it's for crash, whether it's for boom, we're only going to be entering when it's green, right? So here turns green here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You are out, right? So this is it for this what? Strategy. Here I've got no entry because all the candlesticks are above the what? Are above the 50 moving average. So we've got what? no trade right there, right? We only enter when it's what, when it's below the 50 moving average. Like here, this is going to be my what, my last example. So the candlesticks are below the 50 moving average, right? Then we wait for what, the awesome oscillator is still below the 0 level. Wait for it to turn what, red, right? Then we enter when the Gator Oscillator turns green, right here. 1 2 3 4 and 5, you are out, right? That's what we'll be doing. So that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe and share the content. Thank you.